Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's so wonderful to see you all here on this beautiful Friday. Again, I'm still in the midst of moving, so pardon the lack of backdrop and things. I'm still kind of unpacking and sussing everything out. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And if you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to make any requests to your personal healing by just popping them into the chat. I will pick some crystals just for you. We're going to build a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests, and then we're going to get into the Reiki healing. If you're watching this as a video replay, hi from the past. If you'd like to skip ahead to just the healing portion, go ahead and start your journey at about the 1 hour, 15-minute mark, or where you see the lights begin to shift, and you'll notice that that's usually where we begin. So thank you all again so much for being here. Let's see. I just see a comment there. Do you have to leave a healing message on the live chat? You don't have to. You can just sort of hang out if you want. You can make a request if you want to. If not, it's totally cool to just hang out with us. We're going to build the crystal grid together. I'll describe all the stones as we continue to go through everything. And we'll get to the healing at about the 1 hour 15 mark, so you can hang out with us, or you can pop back then, whatever feels better for you. And glad to have you here either way. So let's see who we have in the chat. Oh, Dell and Lori, Violet Integration, Grace. Oh, good to see you all. I also have Hattie Cat in my lap in case you hear some purring. So let's go ahead and start building that beautiful grid. Aha, so we're going to start things off right here with our usual desktop, and we've got a copper spiral. Copper helps to break up blockages and get the optimal flow of energy going. And we're going to start with a nice centering grounding stone, something in the middle that feels appropriate for the day, and then we're going to kind of get through everybody's requests. Oh, Hattie Cat, let's see. Let's go ahead and grab some. Oh, we might have a Hattie blessing the grid. Oh, yes, no, maybe so. Do you want to say hi? There she is. Oh, the Boba. Oh, the Boba. Where you want to be? Let's go ahead with some optimal wellness and healing. We'll go ahead and bring in tree agate. This is a stone that is sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. The sister science to yoga, in that it involves things like chakras, which you're likely to have heard of before, but of course it's a much more complicated system than that. The individual smallest, in a way, channels through which energy flows in the body are called nadi, spelled N-A-D-I in English. Tree agate is thought to help to balance and optimize that flow of energy, which balances and optimizes the flow of energy throughout the body, regardless of where your individual imbalances may lie. So this is considered equally balancing to everyone. So it's wonderful for all manner of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual concerns to help bring back a certain alignment to you. So we're going to go ahead and place that right over our copper, and that'll serve as the center of our grid. So let's see what we've got here. Dale, welcome in. The Witchy Homestead, it's so good to see you. Awesome. Oh, and thank you. Those are some really kind words. Oh, and Dell, your husband is there. That's wonderful. Welcome in, Vincent. Oh, Kanta, welcome in. Oh, I love it. I'll get to everybody's requests. I'm going to start at the top. Grace, Violet Integration. Grace, intentions are for the job interview, getting the job, and heart healing. So let's start there. Oop, Hattie's on the move. Oh, and now I see a Gertie cat. Let's see. So we'll start with some heart healing. And for your job. A wonderful stone for career advancement and opportunities, as well as being noticed, being seen, which really helps to put you kind of above in the interview process. is sunstone. So this is orange sunstone. It helps to expand our vision of who we are, what we're capable of, helps us to set really wonderful goals, not based on, not held back by any limiting beliefs. This is one that helps to protect against exploitation around money manipulation, which can be super helpful pretty much anytime, but especially helpful for things like phobias and standing out amongst the crowd. If you need to promote yourself, or if you are working towards a promotion in your workspace, this definitely helps you to shine and be seen. So that is sunstone. So all the best on your interviews. That'll help you interview well. Rhodonite is superb for heart healing. It helps to heal the cracks of a broken heart so you can open your heart to love again. It's also great for autoimmune issues, especially things in the lungs like asthma, also allergies, all of which affect me very much. It helps with healing past emotional abuse, and it can be wonderful for insecurities as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring this in. So that is rhodonite. Rhodonite is pink and black. Sometimes it's more pink, sometimes it's more black. So there we go. And I'm just going to try to start things out nice and even. There we go. Okay, good stuff. Okay, wonderful. So we're off to a good start. Thank you for being here, Grace. I hope you're doing well. I hope your foster dog is doing well. And next we have Violet Integration, Fast Money, Heart Healing. So we've got that covered. And Ease in Your Relationship. So let's see. Fast Money. Red Tiger Eye is wonderful for fast money. This definitely helps to attract abundance quickly. It's also highly protective on the mundane level. So with people in your everyday life, whatever types of protection you might need, particularly around really manipulative, abusive types of situations, even if it's something a little bit more mild, things like gaslighting and triangulation, this can be very helpful. On a spiritual level, it's thought to help thwart psychic attack and malevolent spiritual work. So this is Red Tiger Eye. Yeah, great for manifesting financial abundance in a hurry. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. Very resonant with the root chakra, helps you to feel more stable and grounded as well. Okay. And for help and ease in your relationship, let's bring in some carnelian. This resonates with the sacral chakra, which is beneath the navel, and that's everything about, I'm just going to adjust my sound levels. It's a little bit loud. There we go. Sorry about that. This helps with the sacral chakra, which is the center of relationships, and it's all relationships, especially romantic, but not limited to that. This also governs how we just relate to the world around us. This is sexuality, it's fertility, it's working through our issues around relationships to improve them. This can even help relationships in a workplace environment. Also helpful for fertility and healing wounds, colds, and allergies. So that is carnelian. Helps with attracting love as well. So if anyone has that intention, this is one of the stones that's really beneficial for that. The sacral chakra also very much governs creativity. So this is a stone that can very much help to connect with creativity. So that is carnelian. Awesome. And let's go ahead with an extra ease of relationship type. Why not use another? What wants to come out there? Unakite can be really powerful for that, especially for women. Unakite is a stone that's often thought of in alignment with things like fertility, prenatal, postpartum, that part of the woman's journey, but any shift in hormones, and it's exceptional for relationships, helping with long-term relationships as well as marriages to be happy and balanced. Also aids with addiction and compulsion, particularly good at quitting smoking. So if anyone's working on that, Unakite can be really helpful. It's also good for cardiac support, heart and circulation, movement of fluids in the body. So that is Unakite. So good to see you, Violet Integration. Goddess of Four. Awesome, good to see you. Debbie, welcome in. And I'll get to everybody's request today for sure. I'm just gonna kind of go from the top. Okay, so let's do what we can for Lori. So let's do, I don't have all of my stones completely unpacked yet. I have more of them unpacked than I did previously. We've got rhodonite. Let's bring in some ruby, some emerald, iolite. And you can request themes or specific stones. If I have the specific stone, I'm more than happy to put it in. Ruby helps with the courage to be yourself. And also, if you're looking to enhance your leadership abilities and your management skills, Ruby can really empower that so that you come from a very grounded place of balance and leadership. It also helps with fibromyalgia as well as love and fertility. Ruby is one of the harder stones. It's actually a member of the corundum family along with sapphire. And so it is a 9 on the hardness scale. The only thing harder is a diamond. Emerald helps with healing skin and tissue and is wonderful for lungs, upper respiratory system, everything with the pulmonary system. It helps also with restoring confidence, especially if it's something you've been teased or picked on about in the past. And it's also thought to help prepare us for success. So let's go ahead and start a new line here. So that is raw emerald. There we go. Iolite is superb for clairvoyance, our spiritual sight. If you're doing any kind of shamanic journeying, visionary meditation, if you're somebody who gets very visual intuitions, this is a lovely stone. It can even help with enhancing the dream state. It helps also with any kind of intuitive related sleep disturbances, as well as fever, managing money to make the most of the resources you do have. And it's one that's often used in association with weight loss if you happen to have an intention around that. So that's iolite. And peacock or rose quartz. Peacock ore, we have this beautiful piece that was gifted to us by Chris. And peacock ore also goes by chalcopyrite. This stone helps with mental acuity, especially things like working through executive function, if that's impacted by things like ADHD or PTSD, the latter of which I struggle with. This can be a really helpful stone, even finding things that are lost. But it's also really helpful on a lot of spiritual levels and superb when it comes to labor, delivery, happy, healthy birth. So we will bring this in. For now, we're just going to kind of put it at the top of the grid and we'll see where it ends up. Rose quartz is a stone that many of us are familiar with, and this is a stone of the heart center and a very high vibrational stone. If you are healing any kind of sadness or brokenheartedness, if you're trying to recalibrate your mental standpoint around things to be open to more concepts of love and harmony and unconditional love, seeing yourself as lovable. Rose quartz is really helpful because it's very consistent. So it allows you to slowly over time kind of reset your expectations and reset your belief structures around things like that. So we'll bring in some rose quartz. I'm just going to bring that out here. And we'll continue to work them into the grid. And Larimer and opal. Larimer I'm actually wearing. This helps with connection to your spiritual purpose and having the courage to like stand up and walk into it. What are you doing, kitty? They are still exploring their new apartment. Yeah, are you? Are you? This also helps to separate ego from your spiritual self and can really help you as you walk your soul's purpose. It can feel like a very lonely road. When you think about it, our spiritual purpose will be a very unique road. This is not like you're walking on a well-worn path because it's only meant for you. So this is one that helps you feel safe and comfortable as you embrace that and walk your own path. So we will bring in Larimer. There we go. There we go. And Jade, I don't have unpacked yet. I'm so sorry. I will find it and put it back into the rotation though. Happy Friday to you too, Grace. Chris, it's wonderful to see you. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, lots of love for Ruby. I love it too. And let's see. For Dell, Indigo Gabbro, Super 7, Crazy Lace Agate. So Indigo Gabbro. Indigo Gabbro helps with finding the ways in which we get in our own way. I like to, in a shorthand way, kind of refer to it as our detrimental tendencies. So this helps us to explore our beliefs and our understandings, our habits, our patterns, and illuminate things that we can work on to help make things a little easier. This is a beautiful stone of like purple and black. I know it doesn't entirely read through the camera. This also helps with menopause as well as menopause as well as period pains, and helps with integrating your spiritual connection into your more mundane life. It helps with intuition, dreams, meditation, any work you're doing there, and it can also just help with anything involving shadow work, like giving yourself a little support to really see yourself for who you are and how you are so you can make any necessary changes. And so that is Indigo Gabbro, which also goes by the name Mystic Merlinite. We've also got Crazy Lace Agate Green Kyanite. Green Kyanite is another stone that really helps with balancing our more spiritual side with the mundane workaday parts of our life. And that can be really balancing in so many ways. That can be so helpful. If you feel like you live a double life of a little bit in one world and a little bit in the other, this can help with that balance. This also helps with the lungs and breathing. When we had the really bad Omicron spike, we often used this in the grid to help support folks that were sick and not feeling great, and the response was really positive. So if that's impacting anyone, hopefully this supports you. It also helps with gaining wisdom through intuition and connecting with plants and nature spirits, as well as the spirits of like if you move like a new space that you're in or if you're traveling. So that is green kyanite. So we'll put that there behind our emerald here. Such a beautiful stone. Crazy Lace Agate is great for just balance in general, as well as phobias, particularly phobias around spiders, and also for any kind of spider magic if this is one of your spirit guides. It helps with the balancing and harmonizing the heart and solar plexus chakras, and it's great for confidence, protection, physically the eyes, the skin, and speech as well. It can also help with with connecting with the energies of the past. So if you're doing any kind of paranormal work, if you're connecting with a physical space and it's got a long history to it, this can be really helpful. So this is Crazy Lace Agate, several different types of agate together. So we'll put that here. It's also another one that's great for courage and phobias too. Labradorite, Kambaba Jasper, Aventurine. Awesome. Labradorite is one that can help with study and understanding, seeing things as a big picture. So not just a collection of facts that you're memorizing, but seeing how all of those different things interconnect, which is wonderful for back to school type season. It's also helpful for research, study, detailed attention, like a needle in a haystack type stuff. It helps with customer disputes and workplace harmony as well, and can help with even improved sleep, as well as clairvoyance, our spiritual sight. So we will put in some labradorite. Labradorite is very much connected to moonstone. They're very closely related to one another. So go ahead and bring that in. Sometimes it's lighter or darker. Sometimes it has more blue or more green flashing in the background. It's just a beautiful stone. Green aventurine is a stone that actually really complements orange sunstone quite perfectly. This is one that works with your heart center to see yourself as more than you think yourself to be. This is one for those who maybe don't see our full potential. It's almost like it escapes us. This can help with connecting with your soul's purpose, setting better goals for yourself, as well as eye problems, fertility, allergies, and for anyone who feels like, I can't learn this, I can't do this, this is beyond my ability. This is one that encourages you to give it a try, that you might be more capable than you think you are. It's one that I especially recommend to folks who are tech phobic, like, oh, I could never do that, I could never learn that, that's too hard. This can be very, very helpful. So that is green aventurine. And Kambaba stone is particularly apt right now. Oops, sorry about that. So Kambaba jasper is actually not a jasper at all. It's fossilized blue-green algae. This is a stone that is very connected spiritually to plants and nature. If you're supporting any kind of nature-based recovery or climate change, anything like that, any kind of environmental issues, this is superb. It also helps with crop yields and healthier plants, as well as connection to the ancestors, particularly the lands of your ancestors, and also great for just pretty much connection to the ancestral home, and even learning things like languages, especially the languages of your ancestors. So that is Kambaba stone or Kambaba jasper. So let's go ahead and, do we have room for you here? Yeah, we do. Put some bigger stones on the outside. Leave room for the smaller ones on the inside. So that is Kambaba stone. Awesome. And Super 7, I do have. It was a beautiful gift from Chris, but I don't think I've unpacked it yet. I'm so sorry. I will, I promise. Okay, and hey, Patty. I hope you're well. Sharwana, nice to see you. Attracting ideal customers to a business, that's a good one. Hey, Bev. Awesome, good to see you. Awesome. I'm going to get to everybody's request. I'm just going to bounce around a little bit. There's definitely a great stone for attracting ideal customers to a business. And we also have a request from Dale in intentions around healing and processing anger. Cool. So let's grab those stones. So howlite for processing anger and ideal customers. Here we go. So for helping to process anger, my favorite stone for that is white howlite. I feel like it's one of the most underrated healing stones, to be perfectly honest. This is wonderful for anger, resentment, and frustration. It helps to take the sting out of those so that we're less volatile, so that we get a chance to look at the underlying factors and really be a little less triggered as we heal the underlying components there. So I hope that this helps with that. It also helps with bones, teeth, hair, particularly bones, whether it's fractures, dislocations, very much wonderful for joints and joint pain. If you have difficulty building up bones or strengthening bones or bone density or healing fractures and things, this is a wonderful stone for all things related to that. It's also great for frustration in general and for stability. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring in white howlite. Here we go. Yeah, anger is, I know in some circles, especially in the healing arts world, it's like, oh, it's a bad emotion. It's a deeply uncomfortable emotion. It's a very volatile emotion, but it's also a natural emotion, and a lot of times it's there to be a catalyst for change. It's just we don't want to let it get the best of us in a sense. So I hope that this is helpful to you, and all the best. Welcome in. For attracting the best clients to a business, one of my really favorite stones, it's cinnabar. And cinnabar is the red that we see in this specimen here. And that this is just a specimen that's easier to see. Cinnabar is mercury, so it can be a really dangerous stone to work with. This is what you're likely to find if you shop for it in more modern stores. Just these little tiny red dots are the cinnabar. For a long time, humans have used mercury for a number of things, from things like preserving things like animal hides for tanning and making leather. If you've ever heard the expression mad as a hatter, that comes from the mercury poisoning that the hatters would get from working with all the mercury to preserve the leathers and hides and furs. Yeah, so it's a quite a volatile stone to work with. But one of the things it's been used for hundreds, if not thousands of years, is it's thought to really help attract customers to a business that are in direct alignment with that business. So it's long been considered the merchant stone. There's a number of medical things that this has been used for as well before we knew it was so toxic, and even a couple since. So yeah, but that is cinnabar. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. Where shall we bring it? Let's bring it right here. So all the best to you. Awesome. So that is cinnabar. And goddess of 4, older dog having stomach issues. Oh, fast money, saving money, weight loss, and back pain. You got it. So for doggy, let's go with some leopard skin jasper. This is our favorite stone for healing our animal companions, connecting with animals, and connecting with our animal guides as well. This also helps with attracting a soulmate and healing anything that impacts the skin, whether it's on us or our animal companions. It's also helpful for coordination and balance. So if you struggle with things around that or things like vertigo, this can be a really helpful stone. I hope that this is supportive of your doggo and all of our animal friends, which don't be surprised if your pets come by when we're doing the Reiki, because they often just sort of know. There's a reason my cats are all over me when I'm doing this. And do I have anybody here right now? Nope, they're eating, they're getting ready. And fast money, we have red tiger eye in there now, but let's go ahead and bring in some citrine. This is in almost every grid we do, and for good reason. It helps with attracting financial abundance and also with making good financial decisions, which can be really helpful for things like saving money. This can help you make the most of the resources you have, as iolite can as well. In addition to attracting financial abundance and the resources we need, citrine is superb for balancing logic with intuition. So we can use those two sides of ourselves in equal balance as we move forward, make decisions and things like that. This also helps, or is thought to help with fibromyalgia and nausea and things like morning sickness, as well as addictions and compulsions. So we'll bring in the citrine. There we go. And this is natural citrine, which is more of a brownish orange. The like bright yellow variation of citrine is often sort of baked amethyst. Citrine basically is amethyst that's been under the earth's surface with more pressure and heat over time, which turns it to this color from that purple amethysty kind of color. And because there's not as much of it, it's not as readily found, but it is in high demand. Sometimes amethyst gets baked or irradiated to be sold as citrine. So that's where you might see like the bright yellows. So that's, just want to make sure everything is put away. There we go. Whoop. And weight loss and back pain. So we've got iolite for weight loss. Let's bring in blue apatite and back pain, amazonite. Amazonite is superb for the spine and spinal nerves. So it can help all kinds of different issues that are impacted there. It's also deeply calming. So it's wonderful for back pain and things, and any kind of nerve issues, which I struggle with. It's also helpful for self-care, especially for folks who tend to put others before themselves or not think of themselves in terms of self-care. This helps to remind folks to do that thing, that they are worthy of and absolutely deserve not only care, but the same quality and caliber of care that they show others. So this helps to prevent burnout. It's also wonderful for luck. So if you're looking for like winnings or something along those lines, having kind of fortune at your back, amazonite is a great choice. Amazonite can also be a darker sort of blue-green with white stripes through it. So there we go. Blue apatite helps with not only weight loss, but if your intention is weight gain, that as well. And it's also helpful in general with our relationship with food overall. Whatever that looks like for you, if you have intentions around improving your relationship with food, how you work with it, what role it plays in your life, for any reason, this can really help you to connect in that way. It also helps with our auric field. This helps to strengthen the auric field so you're less inclined to take on the energy of others. If you're an empath, this is a superb stone to have. Also really wonderful for learning about your soul's purpose and having the courage to walk that walk and do the things you need to do to embrace your soul's purpose. Also helpful for just in general harmony and peace. So a superb stone for lots of folks for lots of reasons. So that's blue apatite. And thank you for being here. It's good to see you, Goddess of Four. Allison, I hope you're doing well. Maritza, I hope you're doing well. Lots of love to you. Pyramid thoughts. I'm in the midst of moving, so I've been at loose ends. So I did see that you reached out. I will reach out back as soon as I possibly can. And I hope that you and the girls are doing well. Let's see. Jennifer Vatsa, I hope you're doing well. Oh, you found affordable movers. Oh, it's so good to hear that. Oh, I'm so happy. Keep me posted. Let me know how it goes. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And let's see. Next was Debbie, healing of cancer in the body, especially lungs. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's see. So we've got some rutilated quartz. We've got some good lung stones too. But let's start with rutilated. So rutilated quartz, these like kind of lines that almost look like little golden hairs going through this clear quartz. those are rutils. And rutilated quartz is thought to direct and focus energy. So it helps with focusing the mind. And for several decades, it's been seen as a gift for folks that have cancer and are going through treatments. It's thought to help set the intention of the treatments going to where they are most needed and will do the most good in the body. It's also thought to help boost your physical stores of energy when you feel really worn down, whether it's like you're just working too hard, or if you're undergoing treatments for something, or if you're sick and getting better. This is one of physical energy, focusing the mind as well. So that's rutilated quartz. So let's see, where shall we place you? Let's put you here and here. And it's good for all throughout the body. And for lungs, our favorite lung stones are rhodonite, green kyanite, and especially emerald. Let's see. Also going to bring in rhodochrosite. We often end up bringing this in for lots of reasons. This is another stone that can be helpful for the lungs. So let's go ahead and add that in now. So in addition to support for the lungs, even in terms of asthma, this is helpful for things like stress headache and mother-baby bonding and any kind of healing wounds around the mother-child relationship. Also helps with the heart and circulation, as well as telepathy and connection to our ancestors and even deceased animal companions. So that is rhodochrosite. There we go. Okay, so all the best to you. I hope you're doing well. Witchy Homestead, something to pull out your inner child this weekend. You're burned out from work, tired, and can't focus, and I just need to cut loose and let my inner child take over. Perfect stone for that. Fuchsite. This is wonderful for any kind of inner child work and for cutting loose and having fun. This is just self-care, fun, and joy just for the sake of connecting with that sense of inner joy and peace. I hope that this really helps your weekend. I think it's perfect for exactly what you requested. It also boosts the power of other stones. It very much encourages play, and it aids with things like spinal alignment and any kind of sleep disturbances that might be there for anyone. So that is fuchsite. There we go. So all the best. I'm also going to bring out pink tourmaline. Can be really helpful with inner child type stuff. And I did see Kanta's request a little later down too for women stuff. This helps with any kind of GYN issues, period stuff, menopause, anything around that or in between that. Mom and baby bonding very much helps alongside rhodochrosite. Wonderful for getting in touch with our inner child too, but neuralgia, which is nerve pain, migraines and headaches, as well as muscle weakness and letting go, kind of breaking down negative self-image too. So this is one that can be really helpful around that work. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring a little bit of pink tourmaline there. There we go. There we go. So that's pink tourmaline. So enjoy your weekend. I hope it goes well. I hope you get the regeneration and renewal that you need. Good luck for son-in-law's job interview, that he gets the money offer he wants. Awesome. We have, for money, we have citrine and red tiger eye. I'm going to bring in some pyrite. For job, we have the best stone for it is orange sunstone. That definitely helps with job interviews, being seen and kind of recognized and acknowledged and kind of coming out above the fray. I'll also bring in some lapis. This also helps with career improvement. In addition to career improvement, lapis is very helpful when it comes to pain and inflammation, as well as honest, open communication, integrity, and personal responsibility. It also helps with vertigo and hearing loss, like inner ear type stuff. And with if you're looking to overcome tendencies around disorganization, this can really help you too. So that's lapis lazuli. So all the best to your son-in-law. Let's go ahead and do some lapis. And pyrite is another stone of financial abundance. This is fool's gold, and we like to think that it helps call in the real stuff. It's very, very protective while also allowing you to connect intuitively. It helps hold that two-way street of getting the intuition and the messages you want, but also keeping things that you don't need to connect with at bay. Wonderful for the lungs, so this will definitely help with our other request for lung support. And also wonderful for the brain, specifically in terms of memory. It's also thought to support and protect the body from secondary effects of radiation treatment. So this is pyrite. So this will also be a really wonderful stone to complement Debbie's requests. So that is pyrite. So there we go. So all the best. I hope he gets the money he's looking for too. Hey, Sylvia. Oh, you're having neurosurgery tomorrow. Good energy for that. Absolutely. All the best. Awesome. Oh, Blistina, welcome in. And thank you, everyone, for helping everybody feel so welcome. I absolutely love this group. Thank you so much. And yes, thank you for the reminder. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Appreciate that so much. Okay, so let's see what we got. And I will get to everybody's request. I'm just bouncing around a little bit. For Sylvia, for neurosurgery tomorrow, all the best to you for sure. For brain, definitely couldn't be more well timed for pyrite. Let's also bring in epidote. This is recovery from illness and injury surgery as well, but it also helps the brain. It's got a strong connection with the brain, particularly for Parkinson's, but not exclusively. This also helps negative self-talk. That's how I've worked with this stone. If you tend to kind of be mean on yourself or a little down on yourself, this is a stone that helps you rephrase just how you communicate with yourself and to be more supportive of yourself. It also helps the nervous system as well as the skin. And yeah, I hope that this is supportive of you. And one more I'm going to put in for surgery is going to be shungite. Shungite helps with tissue repair and physical recovery, so recovery from a surgery. This would be a helpful stone. It also helps with releasing emotional stress, energy blockages, and really emotional pain too. It helps to clear the energy field, and if you're someone who's sensitive to electromagnetic fields, this is a really helpful stone. It's great at keeping your energy field clear, and it's even used in a lot of our water filtration systems. Hey Samantha, I hope you're doing well. So let's go ahead and put some shungite around. All the best to you, Sylvia. Keep us posted when you feel up to it. I hope you're doing well. If you'd like, I'll include you in Sunday and Tuesday. I'll just intuitively ask the Reiki to also support you. So all the best to you, hon. Let's see. Let's get some of Chris's requests. We've got rose quartz carnelian. Let's grab some garnet, some moonstone, some malachite. Malachite helps with the liver, pancreas, and spleen. Emotionally speaking, this is a stone that can help us to process really difficult and painful emotions so that we don't get stuck in them. When we're healing something that's really emotionally painful, it's easy to just sort of freeze and just sort of stop. This is one that helps us to move those difficult emotions through and truly process them so that we can move forward without them holding us back. It's also great for pain and inflammation, as well as depression and anxiety. Definitely letting go of the past if that's something that you feel you're dragging around with you. Also helps with things like phobias and fears, particularly fear of flying. So that's malachite. Cool. Next we have garnet, which helps with organization, courage, and being really pragmatic and practical with how you get things done and how you use your energy and how you use your time. This can help you make more time in your day by optimizing your processes. It's also wonderful for finding balance and strength in times of flux, change, and shift, and great for creativity as well. It's January's birthstone, and it has a very decidedly Capricorn vibe. So that is garnet. So if you're looking for things around leadership and management, including time management, garnet with ruby especially helpful. Both of them are there. Moonstone helps with connection to the lunar cycles and the rhythms, patterns, cycles of nature. If you're doing any kind of moon magic, this is a stone you definitely need to have. Also really, really helpful at connecting with divine timing and trusting divine timing, as well as attracting love. This is a stone I often think of in alignment with the High Priestess in the tarot deck. Connection to ancient wisdom and spiritual practices, the divine feminine, protection for women, as well as protection during times of travel, but definitely great at connecting with old, deep wisdom and even really old spiritual practices. So that is Moonstone. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. Let's see, let's iron this out a little bit. There we go. There we go. So that's Moonstone, Herkimer, and Sapphire. All the rest we have Herkimer, Sapphire. So we talked about, we mentioned Sapphire briefly when we were working with Ruby, in that it's a very hard stone. Sapphire is very much related to it. It's in the corundum family. This stone helps us to deeply connect with our angels as well as our spirit guides. It's a very potent stone of channeling and mediumship as well. This is one that can help with calling upon speedy justice, as well as physical balance when it comes to the thyroid, eyes, and ears. It's thought to be exceptionally helpful for cases of dementia, both for the individual with it and all of those who care about and care for the individual. Wonderful for envisioning something positive when everything is in change and in flux too, and just any kind of angelic energy healing you might be doing, like integrated energy therapy, which is another type of practice that I do. This is a great stone to help connect and collaborate with that. So that is Sapphire. So let's go ahead and put some Sapphire around. Next is Herkimer diamond, which is actually a form of clear quartz that has formed in the Herkimer, New York region of the U.S. This helps with quite a few things, but particularly manifesting. It helps to connect what we're asking for up to spirit, helps us to hear the responses. It helps us to be in the present moment, which I think is so important when we're manifesting and thinking about the future, to be present in where we are now rather than just always jumping to the next thing. This helps with metabolism as well as balancing energies that just don't feel quite harmonious. So in that regard, it can be wonderful for like work environments or living environments too. Helps for harmony in general, as well as intuition and intuitive ability. So that is Herkimer Diamond, which is, again, a type of clear quartz. And it naturally forms in these shapes. So there we go. Wonderful stone to have nearby when you're working on manifesting anything. Deeply balancing and harmonizing stone. Thank you so much for being here, Chris. It's so good to have you here. Celebrating a happy heart, home, self-care, and all things girly. I love it, Kanta. Hey, heart, lots of love to you. I hope you're doing well. Awesome. Oh, I hope you're doing well. And let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, I lost my spot. Okay, so there we go. Happy heart, home, self-care. That's really beautiful. Lots of gratitudes. All things cozy and girly. Pink tourmaline is in the grid, and I was thinking about that when I chose it. I was thinking about your request. Let's also see. Moonstone too helps all things girly and feminine. Feel like yellow calcite wants to come out for this. This is a stone of happiness, joy, and confidence, everything having to do with the solar plexus chakra, which is supporting our wants, our desires in life. It's putting ourselves first. It's listening to ourselves. It's letting go of maybe unhelpful criticism or feedback of others, helping you to prioritize yourself a little bit. Also helps with just confidence in general, standing up for yourself and walking your soul's path uniquely for you, but lots of joy, lots and lots of joy in this stone. And I feel like this really supports what you mentioned, in addition to the other stones that I mentioned as being helpful. So let's see, where can we place this stone in? Let's put this stone. You can't even see it there. Let's see. There we go. There we go. There we go. I hope that helps. Thank you for being here. Physical and emotional healing for your family. Absolutely. Let's do that for Bev. For physical and emotional healing balanced together, this is also going to help with the request for inner child healing that we had from, I think it was Witchy Homestead. This is moss agate. Moss agate is, tree agate is in the center of the grid, and that is sacred in Ayurveda, while moss agate looks strikingly similar to it, and it's sacred in Chinese medicine. This is thought to help all infections and illnesses. So this will also help the request around cancer and surgery and things like that. It helps with connection to nature and fears of the unknown and not knowing. It's also wonderful for inner child and higher self work, connection to spirit, feeling that unconditional love of spirit. And so very much on the physical and the mental emotional side, this can help with balance. So we'll go ahead and put this on top of the moonstone. and that's moss agate. There we go. Higher self, unconditional love, all the good things there. I hope that that helps. Intentions for Jennifer Vatsa. The sty in your eye going away, love and money flocks. Oh, you found them affordable movers. That's lovely. And I think you requested some specific stones later, did you? And yes, I'm doing okay. Thank you. Let's see. Ooh, Allison, that's a good recommendation to use Thumbtack that you found movers. Awesome. Let's see. Okay, so sty in your eye going away. We've got our two best stones for eyes, which are actually a couple good stones for eyes. We have aventurine, green aventurine, as well as sapphire. They're both very helpful for eyes. And also moss agate can really help with things like styes. And love and money flux. We've got all the good money manifestor stones and the good love stones. Is there any more love stones that I've overlooked? I think we've got all the stones around those kinds of things, but I do want to bring in some fluorite for you. This helps with like the chaos and of like what's going on and moving and things like that. This is really helpful. It brings comforts to even newborns and new moms, like right after delivery, but also just bringing order to where there's chaos. And what about moving isn't chaos? But it also helps with relaxation in general too. So we'll bring that in for you. Okay, we'll put that right by the garnet. Awesome. Awesome. Hope that that helps, and I'm so glad you found affordable movers. For Key or Patty, we've got fuchsite, amazonite, lapis, and red tiger eye already in there. Opal is still packed, unfortunately, but I do have aquamarine, zoisite, and septarian for you. Aquamarine, zoisite, septarian. It's helpful for muscle spasms and pain, as well as skin wounds, lesions and sores, things like that. Helps with support and vulnerability during deep emotional change. Very supportive of the solar plexus chakra, your center of self. Helps us to really see the underlying beliefs and causes of our habits and our tendencies too. So it works very well alongside indigo gabbro. And yeah, identity crisis, things like that. So let's go ahead with, let's put right next to chalcopyrite. I know it's a little hard to see, but it is there. Let's try this. There we go. Now you can see it. So that is septarian. Zoisite helps with fertility and seasonal affective disorder, connection with nature, and kind of that renewing, regenerative, restorative energy that we get when we're in nature. It helps to move through setbacks and challenges, facing obstacles head on and moving through them. Also thought to be helpful for the bowels too, but really great for encouraging the release of negativity and breaking down apathy, helping us feel like we can make the changes we need to make, do the things we need to do to create change in our life. Let's do that one here and this one here. And for aquamarine, this helps with all of the fluids in the body as well as forgiveness. It helps to deflect things like pettiness and really low vibe, like Karen-y kind of behavior, like where we're misdirecting our frustrations and anger and things in life on people who don't deserve it. It helps with all of that. Also helps with teeth and gums. So anyone working in customer service or anything like that, this can be really helpful. Anyone dealing with really difficult people, this can be very, very helpful. So that is aquamarine. Let's also do some Numite. Numite helps with definitely very protective energetically. This is when you can put near your spiritual tools to keep them clear. But when it comes to doing inner work, like really doing that soul searching work, that shadow work, if you will, when you're really looking for the ways that you trip yourself up, the beliefs and habits and things that you need to correct so that you can live your life more easily, this is one that helps you to go into that darkness and to find these beautiful flashes of light, which are thought to be inspiration and support of spirit that kind of come up in this black stone. So let's see if I can find a good labradorescence for you. So you see that kind of gold flash that kind of comes up here and there? That's what really gives it that thought of bringing about a flash of brilliance from spirit. This one shows it really well too. It's a little harder to see it on camera. But yeah, there you go. You can see a little bit of that gold. So we'll bring in the Numite. And let's put a piece here and here. There we go. Awesome. Hope you're well. Catherine, something for attracting financial abundance. We've got all the financial abundance stones. Creativity, we have garnet and carnelian. Singing, on key, and writing. Sodalite. This helps expression and communication and everything to do with the throat, whether it's performance and things like singing and or writing. It's also a great stone to help us deal with the things that Mercury retrograde can kind of make challenging, like communicating about basic needs and like little stuff. Also helps with not only writing, but spoken word, definitely for, like we mentioned, singing, but also helps with menopause symptoms and helps to ground impulses, as well as helps with homesickness. So that is sodalite. And put some sodalite in here. I hope that this helps. Enjoy your singing. What a beautiful way to work the throat. Here we go. Okay. Awesome. Oh, you got a vital piece of your troubles yesterday. Oh, awesome. Azurite. I don't think I unpacked that one. I'm so sorry. I didn't unpack my azurite yet. I'm so sorry, Lori. My kitties are adjusting to the new apartment. Thank you, Allison. Oh, you just spent your first night in your new place last night, and you have your pets coming this weekend. Awesome. I'm just celebrating a week in here as of yesterday, which I can't even believe. You'd like to put an intention for a smooth transition and to soothe your dog's anxiety. And also not getting triggered by family. You got it. Black obsidian helps with nervous pets. It's highly protective. It's good for if you kind of get triggered around old traumas and things, like especially family stuff. black obsidian can be very, very helpful with all of those. It's also good for really intense, visceral, and even acute traumas, like things that you've experienced very recently, or even older traumas that are showing up right now. And a lot of times, like getting triggered by family, it can kind of bring up old wounds. So I hope that this helps. This is black obsidian. Obsidian is a volcanic glass. So we'll put that here and here. And we also have leopard skin jasper, which helps with doggo anything. So I hope that that helps, and enjoy your home. I really hope everything goes well for you. Celestite. Celestite helps us to connect with our angels and spirit guides, to hear their wisdom. It's also really helpful for changing the way that we experience pain. It kind of brings us into our more spirit body, which distracts us ultimately from the physical body's failings. It helps with discernment too. Like, hey, I feel really fearful. Is this a triggering of an old wound? Is this intuition about, look out for something? Is it my logic saying that something is flawed? This helps with telling where that input's coming from, so you can make better decisions based on it. So that is celestite. Celestite is very related to angelite. It's a very angelic stone. It can also help with higher self work. I don't have royal demantoid or amylite right now. I'm sorry. Sorry, Lori. Oh, and Sylvia, thank you for the compliment on my hair. I appreciate that. I haven't unpacked any of my hair products, so I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Samantha. Reiki healing for dealing with depression, anxiety, endometriosis, and digestion. Endometriosis, definitely pink tourmaline, which is in there, and unakite, which is in there. Depression and anxiety, definitely malachite helps with both. And digestion. Let's bring in Dalmatian jasper for digestion. This also helps to clear our energy field. This is basically black tourmaline running through jasper. And so that helps, black tourmaline helps to repel any kind of negative energy. So it's a good deep clean for our energy field, for our aura. And it helps with any kind of digestive issue, whether it's IBS, acid reflux, Crohn's, celiac, which I struggle with. It's also helpful for bringing about a space for cooperation and breaking down really sort of jaded, cynical points of view. So we'll bring this in. I also want to help you with, let's see. For anxiety, let's also bring in green calcite. This not only helps with the actual anxiety itself, but the tension we hold in our bodies because of it. Helps to really unwind it. It's very easing for that anxiety too. It helps with nervousness and the physical heart, and even helps to lighten the mood quite a bit. It's like a laughter at your own expense kind of stone. So let's put those in here. Go. And I hope that that helps. Stone that goes along with fertility, yes. Carnelian, pink tourmaline, and unakite, all of which are in there. So carnelian, unakite, and Unakite rather. Carnelian, Unakite, and pink tourmaline can help with fertility. So those are in there for sure. All the best to you, Blistina. Reflux and emotional eating. Absolutely. We have blue apatite, which is superb for emotional eating, and everything around our relationship to food. Also really helpful for clearing our energy field and helping us to have a stronger energy field, so we're less inclined to take on the energy of others. As far as reflux, the best one is Dalmatian jasper, but I'm also going to bring in some peridot. Peridot also helps with digestive stuff. Also great for supporting those relationships, particularly friendships, that help us to be the best version of ourselves. And it's wonderful for things like anger and jealousy, which we did have a request for earlier. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the tree agate in the center. There we go. You're welcome, and it's really good to see you. Still very much unpacking and making all the phone calls about utilities and things like that. Samantha, resentment and anger of not being good enough in relationships, inner child trauma healing. Definitely. Let's bring in some mahogany obsidian. This helps to release not only anger per se, which it very much does, but also releasing any need for approval, releasing perfectionism. It also helps with meeting goals, vitality, and physical strength. But when it comes to breaking down, like feeling like we need to get the appeasement or approval of others in order to like validate what we want in life, this can help to stabilize that so that we don't feel a need for that. But yeah, it's great for anger too. And that need for like, I have to prove myself with perfectionism. Also great for carpal tunnel, healing the skin, teeth, and gums. So this is mahogany obsidian. Let's put you here and here. We're going to get into the Reiki in just a couple of moments. Oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying yourself, Debbie. Welcome. We have celestite. Let's bring in angelite. Ancestralite I don't have. I don't have Apache tears per se, but I do have black obsidian, which is in there. Zebra calcite I don't have. I have a zebra stone, but it's still packed. Infinite stone I have. Infinite is, I think, septarian and iolite, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I do have septarian, though. Oh, sorry, not septarian. Serpentine. I have serpentine. Okay, so I'll put those two in, and then we're going to get into the healing. So angelite is basically, under the right conditions over time, this will turn into celestite, which we have in there. Angelite, as the name would suggest, helps us to connect with our angels and our spirit guides, and also helps with enhancing your experience during any kind of sound healing event. It helps you to feel connected to source, and it brings a lot of spiritual protection, high-level spiritual protection in. Anytime you're working with anything around angelic energy, just wanting to feel connected to your angels, or if you're doing angelic energy work like integrated energy therapy or angelic Reiki, this can be a wonderful stone to work with. So that's angelite. So we will place you, let's see. And for serpentine, this is one part of what equals up to infinite, which I unfortunately don't have. But this is wonderful for calcium and magnesium deficiency, so bone strength, muscle health, muscle weakness. It's also thought to help with things like dementia, which sapphire also does. It helps with trance meditation, rashes and eczema and things, and diabetes and hypoglycemia. It's a very physical healing stone. So this is serpentine. So there we go. We'll place that here. and here, and I think we have a beautiful grid. Thank you everyone so much for all of your requests. I'm so sorry if I didn't have any of the stones that you requested. I'm not completely done organizing and unpacking, and of course there's a little bit of a gap in my collection, but thank you all so much for being here, and it's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do the thing that I normally do next. I'm going to go ahead and quickly explain what Reiki is and how to make the most of the session that we're about to have. So for those of you who are new, that'll be really helpful. If you are enjoying the stream, please consider hitting that like button. And thank you so much, Patty, for the reminder. I totally forget the YouTuber things. But the way that you can help most with the session to help lift the energy of your space and lift the energy of the space that we're going to share together is to go ahead into the chat, click that like button if you haven't already, and then share anything that you are grateful for. If you'd rather not share it in like a public format, go ahead, just sort of close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think of the things you're grateful for. Nothing shifts energy to the positive more than gratitude, so that'll help you feel nice and prepared for the session. So while you do that, I'm going to go ahead with that explanation of what Reiki is and how it works, and then we're going to get into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so honored to have you here with me today. If you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing, IET session, or tarot reading, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, and all of the information is there. It's linked in the description, as are all of my social medias. So what is Reiki? Well, actually today, I forgot to mention this, today is the 15th anniversary of the very first Reiki class I ever taught. So hooray! Basically, Reiki has become a catch-all term for energy healing, but specifically I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. This particular technique of working with energy for the sake of healing was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s of Japan during a really challenging time in Japan's history, where teaching really almost any religion was enough to get you killed if it wasn't the right way or right perspective on it. Usui created a way to connect with energy in a way that very much supported folks and neutralized all of those spiritual differences, so it became a highly spiritual yet totally secular practice of energy healing, which is part of why it resonates with us so much in the West. So to understand what the energy is, or the understanding of it that's at the foundation of this practice, the best place to look is Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. All of those souls are inextricably linked. We're all interconnected. And that spirit, however you would define it in this case, provides that spiritual energy that makes us animated, makes us more than just a collection of cells. And that energy is always flowing through us and to us all the time, supporting our body, mind, and spirit to come into the best sense of balance and healing that it can in a particular moment, even though we might not be aware of it or culturally have any awareness of it whatsoever. It doesn't mean it's not there, it's just there in the background, much like how we're mostly made of water, but we generally don't think about it that way. And basically what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy that's already a part of you and me and everyone and everything, and I'll be directing more of it to you to support your body, mind, and spirit to do what they're already doing even better. So how do you make the most of that? Well, all you need to do is have an open heart and mind, and if you're here, you already do. So to make the most of it, I generally suggest you get just as physically comfortable as you can. Whether you're sitting up, lying down, doesn't matter. You can be in any position you like. You don't have to hold still. You can stretch, move, bend. You can integrate some yoga stretches or just stretch as needed. You can close your eyes, just relax and even fall asleep. Or you can journal or play some music or really anything that feels right to you in this particular time. It's a beautiful way to spend this time. There's no wrong way to spend this time. But if you want to just get into a comfy spot and close your eyes, that sounds great. If you fall asleep, awesome. the healing will still happen. So during the session, you don't need to focus on anything. You don't need to keep your mind quiet or silent. You can just be, but if you feel like you need to get a little deeper into the session, or if you get distracted, just take a deep breath in and out at your own pace, and you'll gently sink deeper into the session. I will send this healing energy to you regardless of where you are and when you're watching this, more on that in a moment, for 25 minutes, during which time I'll turn the lights down. You'll notice that they'll move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I'll turn the music up. If you'd like to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked in the description at the bottom of the description below, so that you can check out her channel and listen to her beautiful music all day long if you'd like. During the session, I'll be sending, but if you have any questions or anything you'd like to share, at the end of the session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out and slowly come back. And at that point, I'll be able to re-engage with you and answer any of those questions or shed light on anything that you like. I am here live 5 times a week, same days, same times every week, including again this evening at 8 p.m. East Coast US time. So you can always drop in and get some healing whenever I'm live, but you can also get some healing from me even when I'm not live. Reiki flows through everyone and everything and is not limited to our human experience on this plane. So Reiki can be more than one place at one time. And so regardless of when you're watching this, or if you're here live, if you ever feel like you need some Reiki and I'm not live, go ahead to the Past Healing live stream playlist, pick a picture of a grid right from the thumbnail that resonates with you, and dive right in. The healing will be there for you. You can even skip ahead to the energy healing portion, and you'll be able to enjoy a session regardless of when you feel you need it. So thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure, like I've said, to share this energy with you. And it's not my energy, it's the universe's energy. And I absolutely love and adore all of the camaraderie and friendship and support that all of you show each other in the chat. It really does make all of this worth doing. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So we're going to go ahead and transition over to the grid and get ready to send some Reiki. Just know that this is all about time for you. So wherever you are and whatever feels right for you, enjoy your session. It'll be about 25 minutes long, and I'll be here to illuminate any questions that come up during the session. Ooh, you guys really inspired a beautiful grid. I might have to just adjust it. Hang on one moment. Oh, sorry about that. I just wanted to say thank you all so much for the beautiful love and well wishes in the chat. And especially for all of the encouragement. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. It's a beautiful blessing to see you all so supportive of each other. I just got the sound back on. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but enjoy your session. I'll see you all in just a few moments. And I'll be here to answer any of your questions at the end of the session.
I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and use the chat. And as a reminder, I'll be back at 8 p.m. East Coast US time this evening, and again that same time on Sunday.
Oh, you're welcome, Slim, Debbie, Barbie. So good to see you all. Thank you for being here. I definitely hope you all will come back. We're a fun crew. Oh wow, you had a thunderstorm. It's still sunshiny here, but we're in the possible might get some here too. And Goddess of Four holding small sapphires and could visualize better while meditating. I'm so glad that was helpful for you. That totally makes sense. It's a really powerful intuitive stone. Dell and Lori, lots of love to both of you all the way over in Ireland. It's so good to have you here. All the best to you both. Lots of love. And also for Vincent. Lots of love to you too. Yeah. If you have any other questions, go ahead and let me know. And I look forward to seeing some of you at the 8 p.m. stream. Oh, Lila, good to see you. Nothing shifted with your congestion and cough, but you had an intense emotional release. I'm glad that was helpful, at least in that way. Lots of love to you. I hope that your chest and congestion eases up soon, for sure. I'll definitely include you, at least in spirit, in the 8 o'clock stream if you'd like. If you can be here, great, but if you can't, just let me know and I'll include some sending to you. Heart, Vincent, Cora, Carr, they're doing well. They've got a lot going on, and Susan and Greg, I actually want to check in with, see how they're doing soon too. Oh, of course, Lila Ray, you're so welcome. Thank you for being here. And if no one has any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring the stream to a close with so much gratitude for all of you. Oh, Dell, tingling from the top of your head to the tips of your soles. Oh, nice. Yeah, it felt really nice and intense for me too. I feel so relaxed now. I had to adjust a little bit on my end. I had to adjust my seat. I'm a little bit lower, but I just had to change my chair up. So everyone have a beautiful rest of your evening if I don't see you for the 8 p.m. Have a wonderful weekend. And as usual, I'm here Fridays 4 and 8 p.m., Sundays 8 p.m., Tuesdays 8 p.m., Wednesdays 4 p.m., and all of that's East Coast US time. You're welcome, Samantha. Everyone have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care, and bye for now.